Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you very much for joining us on the channel today. Now, about maybe, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, I did post something in the community section on YouTube, see if any of you guys wanted me to do a Q&A video, because it's not something we've done for a while. And I was interested to know the sort of things that you guys want to sort of know, you know, whether it's about myself or, you know, what we do on the channel here. So I'm going to jump straight into this. It's going to be a little bit of a long one, so grab yourselves a brew, a beer, whatever you want to do, and I'll be going through all of your questions. So let's get straight into it. So I'm just going to pull up all of the questions that I received on YouTube. I think there's one or two from Facebook, but they seem to be more jokey than anything. So I'd like to thank everyone that commented on this and asked these questions. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. I'm literally doing all this in one take because that's how I like to do things. So I had a question from Nick. I think this is Nicky Collis. I'm not 100% sure. Now, Nick asked, how old was I when I got into metal and what bands was it that got me into metal? Now, it's quite an interesting one, this, because the first time I actually recall like hearing any sort of metal for the first time was when the film Mortal Kombat came out. I can't remember what year that was, but I remember hearing Fear Factory on there for the first time, but I hadn't really sort of delved into music properly at that point. There was just literally quite a few songs on that soundtrack which I really enjoyed. I'm sure Napalm Death might have been on there as well, actually. But the first time when I actually fully got into it, I would have been, it was just shortly, I believe, before, maybe like 3 or 4 months before my 16th birthday. And there's a girl that I started going out with, and she had the album Human Clay by Creed, and I absolutely loved it. And from there, I then, you know, started listening to Limp Bizkit because it was the time of nu metal. I was a proper little nu metal kid. I'd like the big jeans, spiky hair. My hair even went blue at one point. That's how my journey started, basically. And, you know, that was before the days of like Spotify or anything like that. So it was always a case of listening to what people either, you know, they lent you a CD or even a tape cassette at that point. So that was my, that was how I first got into it. And I just started going to metal nights, and that's how I discovered bands like Hatebreed, Deftones, Korn, things like that. That's how my journey started, basically. So thanks for that one, Nicky. Or Nick. Pretty sure it's Nicky Collis. Next question comes from Robbie Wilson. How old were you when you realised you were such a sexy fuck? Oh, dear me, Robbie. Now, for those that won't be aware, which is probably none of you, now, me and Robbie used to work together when I lived down in the south of England, in Weston-super-Mare. I had a blast working with Robbie. We worked in, it was just like a Marston's pub, like, and they did food and stuff. I've never realised I'm sexy as fuck, man. I mean, most days I come on here and I think I look like absolute shit, but I still come on and do all the videos because it's all about the music. But if I could ever take some time to go back and work with Robbie, I would do, because we had an awesome time. So thanks for the question, Robbie. Next up, this one comes from Sir Swag. Oh, this is going to be tough. Sir Swag asks, if you could create a custom lineup, what would it be? It's probably going to be the more underground bands, you know. So if I could go to a show, it'd end up having to be an all-dayer. So we'd definitely have Seasons, Iamen, there's so many, because there's so many that I love. Dream Eater, Malign, Where Oceans Burn. Who else would I put on there? I'd have to put Hatebreed on there just because I love them. Dream State, obviously. To be fair, I'd probably have to have Dream State headline it because I do love them. Who else would we put on there? Really, really tough, you know. I guess those would be the main ones, really. I just love the, did I say The City Is Ours? I'd put them on there as well. That'd be good. Basically, if I could have every single band that I've featured on the channel come on and just do one track, that'd be pretty awesome. It'd be really good. It's too hard for me to pick so many, but thank you very much for your question, Sir Swag. Next up, this comes from AAMIW1999, Motion in White fan, I'm guessing there. What band artists do you listen to for nostalgia? I can't really say that I listen to much for nostalgia, because a lot of the older bands that I listen to I still, genuinely enjoy to this day, whereas a lot of people might listen to something and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I used to listen to that years ago. But I suppose for me, the nostalgia artists would be from when I first started getting into the scene. So you're talking Fear Factory, Spineshank, Il Nino, Soulfly, Prong. Who else did I always listen to back then? System of a Down, Papa Roach. You're probably noticing a bit of a theme here. Very big on the new metal. Sepultura, because that all fits in with Soulfly as well, obviously. I try to remember some that I used to listen to back then that I maybe don't listen to quite so much now. I think that's about it, to be fair. Oh, Stained. Absolutely 100%. And I still jam Stained an awful lot now. Maybe not quite as much as what I used to because of all the music I've managed to discover through doing the channel, but I do love Stained. They'll always have a special place in my heart. They were actually the first ever show that I went to on the Break the Cycle tour, and they just blew my mind. It was amazing. Next up, we've got Marek Lewandowski. Hope I pronounced that right, Marek. What was the first song you reacted to and why did you do it? Right. So it was a band called, it's on the tip of my tongue, Grace and Legend. I can't remember the name of the song now. Basically, like a lot of channels that have been born, there was a reaction channel called a guy called Truant, and I stumbled upon his channel by accident. Never used to watch reactions whatsoever, and it was obviously, you stay on YouTube for ages and it'll just automatically start playing songs that are in your sort of genre, so to speak. That come on, I was just in the house, just doing some housework and just doing some ironing, being really, really boring. And I just absolutely loved his videos. I thought they were great. So I spent quite a lot of time watching those. I joined his Facebook group. Unfortunately, he's not active anymore. But I remember there was a live video that he put out, and he'd said that, anyone that's ever thought about maybe, getting into it and having a go at it should totally do it, because it was a lot of fun, and you get to discover music at the same time. Now, Aaron Bailey, known as FYM REACTS, he started up a channel, and he posted his video in the group, and then I was like, you know what, I fancy a go at this. So I thought, I love music, and and I knew that I'd be quite sort of funny to watch, I guess, just because of how crazy I can go sometimes. I mean, I used to just like wander around at home, I'd have music blasting and be there going with air guitar, but like, So that's how it started. The first video was absolutely shocking. The quality was awful, but those of you that have been here since the very early days will know how much it's progressed since then. I literally just messaged the band, Grace and Legend, says, look, I'm thinking about starting up a channel. Can I feature you guys in my first video? And they were like, yeah. And, bless them, they were really kind about the video, even though I know it was absolutely shocking. I'll give you a little insight. So my setup at that point, I got the ironing board up and I got my old phone. I think it was like a Huawei P20 Lite. And I literally propped it up using some books on either side. And I had a Rock Band mic from the game. And I literally just plugged it into my computer, and it was like in a bowl, but it was just out of sight. And that's what I used to record with. It was shocking, but you've got to start somewhere. And that's how it all basically started, really, and it's just progressed from there. So thank you very much for that question, Marek. Aha, now she's a bastard for asking me this. This is going to be so difficult. Now this comes from Megan Smith. Megan Smith has got her own YouTube channel. I'll post it down in the description. Her videos are mainly on mental health, but I think the videos she's putting out are really, really good. So thanks for asking this, Megan. So she's asked me, what's been my favourite songs, bands of the decade? Oh my God. Right. And she's asked something else as well. Anyway, we'll go into this first. So, favourite bands of the decade, Dream State, Seasons, Hatebreed, Ginger would be up there. Oh, it's so difficult. Tormentor as well. They'll go right there. There's so many. GFM, obviously. I love GFM. I'm just trying to think of the ones that I listen to like a lot of the time. Palisades. Funeral for a Friend, actually. Fight Star. Massive fans of both of those bands, even though they've disbanded. Now, I'm trying to think of loads more. I'm literally just looking through all of the YouTube channels I'm subscribed to see if that'll help. Dive South, definitely, absolutely love Dive South. It's quite funny going through all my channel stuff because half of it is music and the other half of it is ASMR. Those of you that don't know, I'm a big fan of ASMR. So there's another little one for you. I never comment on the videos though, because if somebody watches it, they'll be like, "Oh my fuck, what's FYM doing watching ASMR?" I think that's all that I can think of for now, pretty much. Hacktivist, Opia, Flux, anything that Timothy does. Heart of a Coward, The Fallen Prodigy, another amazing band. So many to list, but there's a little few for you. Oh, and talk about giving me another hard question. So Megan again has asked, out of the bands I've reacted to this year, what are my top 5 that I'd love to catch live? Okay, so some of these I have already got to see live. In fact, I won't mention the ones I've seen live. Ones that I've featured that I'd love to see live. So Where Oceans Burn, Malign. I still haven't seen Malign yet. I have seen Gassed Up, but I'd love to see Gassed Up again. Stay Down. Absolutely love Stay Down. Sleep Token, that's another one. Right in the Future. As They Arrive. Upon a Burning Body, definitely. Our Mirage, 100% yes. So Lycanthrope, We May Fall, October Ends, Derange. There's so many. It's really difficult. I know I've probably listed more than 5 there, but that's it. And then she just said, loving the channel though, so I'm excited for this video. Thank you very much, Megan. It means the world to me that you enjoy that. Next up, this comes from Brand7RKO. If you could choose to be a part of any metal band, who would it be? Dream State. I would love to play drums for Dream State. Even if it was just for one show, it'd be so cool to do. Just because I love them so much. You're probably noticing a bit of a theme here. I love Dream State. I do. I just adore them. And same person also asks, what's the best concert you've ever been to? That's quite easy. Metal in the Mountains 2019. Granted, didn't have huge names on there, but had a lot of the bands that I love. Seasons played, GFM. Did have Slaughter to Prevail, Chelsea Grin. It was just an amazing show, but it was more about the people, I would say, than the bands. Made so many friendships through all of that. So that would be why I'd pick that one. Black Plague, again, they played and they were absolutely sick. I absolutely loved them. Right, let's have a look who else we've got here. There's quite a few of you, so thank you very much, everyone that's been that posted the questions. Oh, come on, man. What's your favourite song from 2019? Dream State, Made Up Smile. I'm sorry to all of the other bands who I love, but I'm sorry, I just love them. Absolutely love them. If you want to know some of my other ones, it would be High Fives and Hand Grenades by Seasons. Amen with their self-titled track. Anything by Our Mirage. That's probably going to be my top ones, I think. Yeah. And that was from Mark Steeden. Thank you very much for that one, Mark. Okay, Kenny Stroh says, "Heyo, Princess Kenny here. I love this channel, been watching for so long now. Here's a few questions I've been genuinely curious about. Are you a musician in a band or was once in a band?" Yes, I play drums. I'm not currently in a band. I've kind of hung that up for the time being because I wanted to just focus on, you know, promoting artists on here. I've been in quite a few bands. Last band I was in was Prometheum. They're still going. Bit of a sort of, I don't know, you call it new wave of British heavy metal, maybe. Yeah, so I was in Prometheum. Before that, I was in a band called Gates to Masada. We were sort of a core band. I've been in numbers over the years, but who knows? It might be something I might do again in the near future. But right now, it's not. It's not something I'm focused on. I mean, I sold all of my equipment, so I don't have the equipment now. I just spend all my money on YouTube shit. And Kenny also asked, of the bands you've reacted to, have there been any that you now jam frequently? Yes, a lot of them. I do listen to the playlist, FYM Discoveries, every day. Obviously not every one of them, but a lot of time I'll stick it on repeat. And one I've been listening to a lot at the minute is Windrunner, both Rose and Lotus Reimagined. Lotus Reimagined is probably my favourite song of theirs. I listen to a lot of Malign. Gassed Up is another one that's in there quite frequently. I mean, just to pull it up now, just so I can give you a bit of a sort of a better idea. So right now I've been listening to As They Arrive, Upon a Burning Body. October Ends, that gets played an awful lot. Immure a little bit, but not so much lately. Daybreak, Cold Casket, Deranged, that gets played a lot. Stray from the Path, Actions Not Words, that song gets played a lot, as does Dream Eater, Suffer. You do generally find, if you'll see me absolutely lose my shit to a band on the channel, or if it like touches me emotionally, then that one becomes a regular one that I do listen to a lot. I probably listen to more of the lesser known bands than I do of the big bands, to be perfectly honest with you. And let's have a look. Oh, we've got one more from Kenny. Kenny asks, what tickles your fancy most? Sick riffs, catchy melodies, or heavy breakdowns? I kind of like a mixture of all of that, to be honest with you. I mean, sometimes you'll have something which isn't a heavy song, but it's got a beautiful, crisp, clean vocal on it. Basically, you're in a winner if you've got quite a simple song which has got some breakdowns in it and it's heavy as hell. Or if it's just like what I call a feel song. So something like Hands Like Houses, anything by Palisades, Dream State, obviously. I bet you're like, fuck me, dude, you just mentioned Dream State in every question. I just love them. Yeah, it's a little bit of a mixture of all of them. But I'm always open to checking out new stuff, as I'm sure you all know. So thanks for the questions there, Kenny. That was really cool. Tony Carlisle, how long is your hair and how long did it take to grow? So I think I've been growing my hair now for about 2 years. I'm not taking my hat off because it's an absolute mess. I don't even have it tied up. It's literally just like, it's all underneath there. But my hair currently comes down to about here. If you watch back in some of the videos, you'll see every now and again it does come out a little bit. But thanks for that question, Tony. If you're considering growing your hair, just get it done, man, because it's awesome when you're in a pit and you can fly your hair about. It's pretty cool. So thanks for that one. Not a question, but Nick just said, I love your videos, Kevin. Cheers, Nick. I think that's Nicky Collis again. I Eat Shit asks, which song you reacted to was the biggest surprise for you? It's probably gonna be... It's probably gonna be Iamon's self-titled. I mean, I was expecting it to be good, but I didn't expect it to be anywhere near as good as what it was. Other ones that I've done, I'm trying to think, that really surprised me. Windrunner, probably Lotus Reimagined, because it's such a beautiful song. Sorry if I keep like repeating ones here, but these are ones that I absolutely love. Seasons, High Fives and Hand Grenades as well. I mean, I loved those guys when I first heard them, but that song was just another step up for them. I mean, I've compared it to like A Day to Remember. I think that's a really great thing to be able to compare a band to. But that's all the questions from you guys there here on YouTube. So I want to thank you for putting those in there. I'm not going to do any off Facebook because they were only jokey questions. But I'll reiterate, again, with, you know, what we do on the channel here, I absolutely love it. I won't ever stop doing it. If anyone ever wants to get into doing this, you know, just get in touch with me. I'm always happy to offer any advice. I'm by no way am I saying I'm an expert at doing this, but I certainly know a lot about doing it, whether it's terms of, you know, what software to use, equipment to use. I mean, if you want to, I'll just give you a little insight into the equipment I use. So the webcam, which is what you always see me on, is a Logitech Brio. I've got one softbox light to the left of me, and I've got two, I think they're called Veltrox LED lights. They're just on clamps right in front of me. Obviously, you can see the blue Yeti mic, and this is the blue boom arm as well, which is absolutely badass. I love that I can just move it around wherever I need it. Like, for instance, when I'm just doing all the editing after I've finished filming, I can just move it across over there, and it's all good. Headphones, I absolutely love these. Now, these are the Skull Candy Crusher Wireless. I ended up having to get these because those red ones, if you remember them, they just ended up dying. The cabling went inside them, and it cost too much to have them repaired. So I picked these up. I think at the time I got them for about £100, and that was on offer. I think they're usually about £150, £200. But these are amazing. You know, you get 40 hours battery life out of them. It's got haptic bass on it as well. So if you ever see me like popping it up, that's because I want to feel all of the bass. They're absolutely sick. I love them. I take them everywhere with me. It is a gaming PC rig that I've got. It's not exactly a custom made build. I just went to a PC. There was like a PC fair in the area near me, and there was this. There was a unit that were selling off for like, I think I got it for like 670, but I think all in with the parts, it should have cost way more than that. So I did quite good on that. And then I've got two monitors. Don't really use the second one. It's just there just because I can. But it's a Dell. Is it a 20? Is it a 24? Might be a 26 inch. It's proper sick. Quad core. Absolutely love it. But that's all of the shit that I use, guys. But I want to thank everyone for asking all the questions. If you've stayed till the end to watch all this, then well done, because I know I'm not I do speak quite slowly sometimes. But I absolutely love what I'm doing. I'm looking forward to getting this one out, actually, because it'll be cool to see if you guys enjoyed it. And if there's any questions that people obviously didn't manage to put, if you want them answering, just drop it in the comments, and I'll just respond to it. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. But as always, guys, look forward to seeing you in the next video, and I'll catch you all soon.